Hello everyone, welcome. I am Amy, the creator of WorkSmart Math and a highly experienced private math tutor. There are various types of quadratic equations, but they can all be written in one generic form. This video will give you a summary of methods for different types of quadratic equations. This is the generic form of a quadratic equation, where a, b, and c are real numbers. However, a cannot be 0, because when it is 0, this term of the equation becomes 0, and we are left with a linear equation instead of a quadratic one. There are different types of quadratic equations, such as when b equals 0, we have ax squared plus c equals 0. Let me show you an example of this. To solve this, we use the same method that we use for linear equations. Remember, the goal is to have x equals a number at the end. Let's rearrange things. And then get rid of this 4. If you are feeling a little bit rusty about solving linear equations, please feel free to check out my other video. Now, we need to get rid of this power of 2, and we can take a square root on both sides of the equation, and that leaves us with 3/2. However, normally there are 2 solutions to a quadratic equation. In this case, there is one more, and that is -3/2. So to write the answer, we need to put a plus and a minus sign in front of 3/2. So why -3/2? Because if we have -3/2 squared, and that is 2 negative numbers multiplying together, it still gives us a positive number. Okay, let's have a look at another type of quadratic equation when c equals 0. Again, let's use an example. So if you have an equation looks something like this, the first thing that we do is to factorize this, or simplify it if we can. What do I mean by simplify it? It's just taking the common factor out. And now we have transformed the original equation into 2 factors multiplied together equals 0. Imagine if you have 2 numbers multiplying together equals 0. That means at least one of them has to be 0. So with that in mind, we can write x equals 0, or 5x plus 8 equals 0. And this is a linear equation with only one variable. We can easily solve for x. There you have it. The solutions to this quadratic equation is x equals 0 or negative 8/5. So what happens when neither A, B, or C is 0? If that is the case, we always want to see if the equation can be factorized or not. If you are not sure how to factorize a quadratic expression, please feel free to check out my other video on this topic. So if the quadratic equation can be factorized, I use a tick to symbolize that. And again, let's take a look at an example. Please feel free to pause the video and give it a go. Alright, when we factorize, we get two sets of brackets multiplying together, like this. Again, following the same logic from the previous example, we have 2x plus 3 equals 0, or x minus 4 equals 0. And we can easily solve these for x. And when we come across a quadratic equation that cannot be factorized, such as this one here, what do we do? Well, luckily, there is a formula that we can use. Something about this formula is it actually works for all quadratic equations, not just this particular type. However, I encourage you to try different methods for different types of quadratic equations, instead of using this formula for everything. Anyway, we need the value of A, B, and C. So let's write down A equals 3, B equals 5, and C equals -1. Okay, make sure we have these numbers correct, and then we can just plug them into this formula. Now, please note that here, that sign means plus or minus. So this is actually two formulas. One with the plus sign, the other one with the minus sign. So this normally gives us two different solutions. Let me demonstrate one of them. Say, I'll use the minus sign here. The dot here means multiply. And please use brackets around negative numbers. Okay, and you can simplify this further to find one of the two answers of x. After that, please repeat this formula with a plus sign instead to find the other solution. If you find this video helpful, please give me a thumb up and subscribe to my channel for more. I also offer online tutoring lessons that can be easily booked at www.worksmartmath.com. Why work harder when you can work smarter? See you next time.